Hello, Team WPR, for another Friday regional training. And in today's training, we are going to stay on that same topic that we've been talking about, which is how to more effectively utilize your CRM to automate things for you, to make things easier for you, and to make sure that you have constant client communication. You see, the number one complaint about real estate agents has nothing to do with the way that they act, the way they behave, the way that they interact with their clients, or even their knowledge. The number one complaint in real estate is actually my agent doesn't communicate with me enough. My agent doesn't speak with me enough. And the reasoning behind that for a lot of agents is I'm just too busy. I don't have time to be communicating with people all day, every day. But the reality is, you have a lot of useful tools. Nowadays, you can utilize your CRM, you can utilize other platforms to be in communication with your clients. And over the last few weeks, we've been giving you information on how to utilize CINC to stay in communication with your clients. Now, I encourage you, if you haven't seen those previous videos, go on the YouTube page, White Picket Realty, just search for it, look for the playlist Team Training Videos. And all of the videos will be in there. You'll be able to see a plethora of other trainings that we've done, and they'll be sorted out by date. So just in case you missed it, they'll be right there waiting for you. Now, today, what I want to get started with is our official newsletter, weekly event cast that you can send out to your clients. And I want to just give you a quick reminder. Now, one thing that I've added is this official. Okay, so that way you know that that is the official one from White Picket. When I open that up, you'll see this week is we're talking about our Airbnb retreat. And then after that, we've got Astros and Pride and Joy. And if we click preview, we can see it in full. So you see here, we've got the big version. This is everything that we're letting people know. This is stuff going on this weekend in Houston. You can do with your clients, you can do with your family, you can do with your friends. So if you want to send that out to your clients, very simple. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to log in, I'm going to pretend to be Adrian like I've done on all of the previous videos. And once I become Adrian, I will show you just a very, very quick brief overview. Now, if you want to see this in detail, you want to go back and you want to watch one of the previous videos. We're going the fast version right here, just to give you a refresher in case you forgot. So when I come in here, Communications tab on the left-hand side, then I want to click on Templates here on the left-hand side. And once I go to Templates, I want to go to Share Templates. Now, what you're going to see is that there's a lot of shared templates in here. Now, I've gone in, I've had to delete a lot of shared templates, and that's because you guys are leaving these as shared. So I'm going to teach you today how to make your copy not shared. Right here, I'm going to click on the official Team WPR. Remember, I clicked here on last edited to find the one from today. Official Team WPR. Now I can come in here, and this is really important. This gear cog right next to the word message, that little gear cog, click that. And I've got a little bit of an issue here. Let's try reloading this because my gear cog isn't loading. Oh, that's because I can't change the settings on a shared template. So I have to make a copy first. So I got to make the copy. Once it's copied, then I can go up here into my uncategorized. Here's my copy. Now I can go in here, click on the gear cog, scroll all the way down and make sure that I click private. That way it doesn't share my copy with the rest of the company. See, this is an official company template, so everyone already has the official company information. You don't need to share your copy with everybody else. So absolutely important that you go in there and you click private. Otherwise, I will go in and actually delete your template if I see that you've left a copy as private. Next, I've already created a folder called Company Template Copies. Boom. I'm going to move it into there. Remove the word copy from here. Make any edits that I need to. Right here, here we go. Screen had a little bit of an issue there for a second. I apologize. We can preview it. This is what it's going to look like. I love it. Now I go in here. I save it. And once it's saved, go into my leads. Select my leads that I'm going to send it to. Mass action. Send email to selected. Choose my template. There we go. And I am ready to go. So now I've got my thing here. I can go to preview, make sure it looks right. It's already got all the people selected. I've already clicked them one by one. Now Adrian doesn't have anyone in here, so you won't see that. But I can go in here, I can select people. I can even click to preview it over here so I can see it one more time before it goes out. And I'm done. It's that simple to share a company template. Now, what I want to do today, now that we've sent out our company template, is I actually want to look at some of the other communication features that are built into CINC. Now, last week, we looked at this behavioral messaging, and we turned these on if we wanted them on. Now, on Adrian's account, he doesn't have leads in here, so they're off. But we talked about this last week, and if you need a refresher, go back and watch last week's video because it'll give you a lot of good information. But for those of you who are already proficient, you understood behavioral messaging the way it works, we want to look here at campaigns this week. So I'm going to click on campaigns and I'm going to show you what is underneath that campaigns tab. And this is really, really cool, top-notch, high-level stuff. So there's already some campaigns in here. What you see is starting down here, A team has one that's shared. We have open house new member. This is a CINC template. So the ones that say CINC template were created by CINC. These other ones say Supreme Team. Alan has shared those. There's a Blue Door follow-up 3D tour. The DISC, that's the disc campaign for people who register. This is a buyer campaign that Alan's created for Supreme Team, and you are more than welcome to utilize any of these. All you have to do is click boom on make a copy, and it makes you your own copy. So let's say that I have a buyer. I just talked with them, and that person told me, I'm just kind of looking right now. I'm not so sure that I'm ready to buy. Well, CINC has actually created a template that sends out all of these communications here, 15 different touches automatically for you. And all you have to do is add this to one of your leads. So let's take a look at what they're sending. So we can actually come in here, we can look in more detail at what these communications look like. So I click on that, and here is all the breakdown of the communications. Now here on the left-hand side, it tells you what type of communication. This is a text message. So text message, email, this one here is an email, 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 email. This will assign a task to you to let you know to call them. This is an email, assigning a task, email, assigning a task. Now let's go through this so you can understand exactly how this works. So I have somebody and they're a buyer and they tell me that they're just looking. They're not ready to buy yet. So how does this work? Well, first, the moment that I add them to this template, so add them to this campaign, they're going to receive a text message that says, "Hey, so-and-so, appreciate you taking the time to chat with me. I know you're just looking, but I wanted to go ahead and shoot you over my contact info for future use. I'll send you random info here and there in order to prepare you for the day and you decide a new home is a go. It's one of my biggest passions, helping individuals like you find that perfect home. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm here to help. Talk soon." It'll say your first name, your last name, your phone number, your email. It gives them all that information. Now, 14 days later, from the time that you added them to this campaign, they're going to receive this one. Did you know 9 out of 10 clients that are just window shopping in Houston still appreciate the following info? Our property taxes are low, typically less than 1% of the property value. Our market is a buyer's market with a great agent. Buyers can do this. Now, some of you are probably thinking, wait, our property taxes aren't less than 1%. So this is where it becomes really beautiful. And I'm going to show you in a second how to edit this template. But for now, I want you to get an understanding. So for 30 days after they receive that message, they'll receive another one. There may be homes you're not seeing, just a quick little email. And if you want to view that email, you can click on view. You can see the full email. 14 days after that, they get another one. 30 days after that, 14 days after that. So these are not from the beginning of the campaign. These are from the last communication. So 30 days from the last communication, 14 days from the last communication. And this keeps going all the way down throughout the year. Now, what I want to show you here is I want to show you how we can edit this, how we can create it for ourselves. So we're going to go back out of the library and we're going to look at how we can edit this and make it work for ourselves. So I'm going back right now. Here it is. I'm going to make a copy. Okay, so yes, I want to make a copy. Now here is my copy. This is an actual template I can utilize. Now notice that this looks completely different than these. These down here are templates that we can make a copy of. These are templates that we can utilize. And you notice these, the DISC, you can't make a copy of. These are automatic. These cannot be copied. But all the other ones you can make a copy and then it'll look like this. Once it looks like this, you can click in. We can click on edit and we can actually come in here and let's say you're like, oh my God, no, our property taxes are not 1%. So I can come in here and I can say typically less than 3% and save that. Now I fixed it. That's simple. I can go through one by one. I can read these emails. So if I want to see what the actual email says, I can actually come in here, click on the little pencil sign and read the email. And that way I know exactly what's going to be going out to my client. Once I know that this is going to work for me, what I want to do is I want to come over here. I want to make sure that I save it. And then I want to show you one last thing before we click out. Notice that it says start campaign and it doesn't say anything here. We're not by moving pipeline, by adding the following label, by signing up on the landing page, not by lead source. None of these things stop the campaign. Now, the one thing that I do want to stop the campaign, if I set an appointment with this person and I change their stage to appointment set, I wanted to stop this campaign because this campaign is only for people that are on the fence that are looking. So I'm going to click Save Campaign there. Now it stops anytime that I move them to appointment set. I've talked with them. I set an appointment. This campaign stops. Now I'm going to show you how to use this campaign. So let's say that today I went on an appointment with someone. I got a lead and I called them on the phone. I'm talking with them and they tell me, well, you know, Jabron, I'm actually just looking right now. I'm not that serious. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to make sure that I add the lead because I still want to have the lead in my database. So I'm going to say John Doe is in my database. John Doe 12345 at gmail.com is his email. His phone number is 555-555-5432. And I don't need to fill out everything else. Those are just the basics I've got to have. Now the lead is in the system. Okay, so we'll see here, John Doe, he's in the system. And I want to make sure that John Doe is getting all of these emails automatically in the meantime until he's ready and serious to buy a house. How do we do that? We click subscriptions up here on the right-hand side. And then down here where it says campaigns, notice it says this lead has no active drip campaigns. So what we want to do is we're going to click assign a new drip. We're going to select our drip. We're going to find the one that we just made. So we're going to go through here. We're going to find the buyer just looking drip. Okay, now that one says platform. We want to find the one that we created. And I didn't do a good job of labeling it. So what we want to do is we want to go back and we want to find that one, give it a different label so it's easy to find. We select that campaign. We click assign. Boom, the second we click assign, they start receiving that information. And I can actually come in here and turn it off at any time I want. I just click that, turns it off for them. I want to turn it back on. I click that and I turn it back on. It's that simple. Now this lead is going to be constantly receiving communication from me, solving that communication barrier that most agents have with their clients, and it keeps them hot in the pipeline in the meantime. This is a very underutilized feature of CINC. Now, next week, we're going to show you how to create your own campaign. So if you want to create your own campaign, I'm going to show you how to do that next week. But for now, I wanted to show you how to set it up, how to add a lead, and how to get a lead going with the campaign. So take a few minutes, find a lead, go in, edit a campaign, make it work for you, and start adding some of your leads so that they're getting automatic communications. Work smarter, not harder. Utilize the platform, make it work for you. And for those of you saying, well, I don't represent buyers, you can create campaigns for buyers, for sellers, for motivated sellers, for anything that you can think of. Thanks so much, guys. We'll see you next time.